Hello everyone, it's Kastleized and the Paranormal Carnival is officially heating up. Now that the centrifuge is active and we have our first hybrid, Erma Gurdy, it's time to look at the massive gap in our collection. We are still missing 7 huge hybrids, and today I'm predicting every single one of them, down to their minor forms, their specific release dates, their instruments, even compiled with all the evidence supporting it. So let's get right into it. As I have said before, Wednesdays are the holy grail for my Singing Monsters updates. Since we're following a monthly update schedule, I'm projecting a new hybrid for the last Wednesday of every month, leading up to the massive Summer Song final with the quad. And remember, every single one of these will be compatible with the centrifuge for their minor forms right on release, with the release of minor Paranormal Carnival in beat hereafter. So, for reference, 28th of January we would get Control, Hawks and Deaths, our second triple. We know we are getting content on this date because of Jumpstart January, and there is something else which lines up with this date that we will explain later. 25th of February we would get Control X Ruin, the last non-Depths hybrid, and our 4th double. Although Season of Love and Crescendo Moon would supposedly end on the 23rd of February, so a release out of nowhere may be a bit abrupt. 25th of March we would get Control X Ruins, less Deaths, our 3rd triple, and it would be part of Extravaganza 2026. Presumably, as Easter is April 5th this year. 29th of April we would get Hawks and Deaths, our 5th double. It would be a part of Echoes of Ecos, and I know just the monster for that, we'll get onto that later. 27th of May we would get Hawks, Ruin and Deaths, our final triple element Paranormal. It may happen in a week with nothing in, or at the end of Perplexed Plot, but I guess only time will tell when Perplexed Plot starts. 24th of June we would get Ruin X Deaths, our final double element Paranormal. I think it needs to be something big like how Rorik was the Magical Sanctum. It needs to project like, hey, look at me, I'm cool, loud double, that is majestic. 29th of July for the Summer Song we would get the quad, Control, Ruin, Hawks and Deaths, which follows the theme of getting a quad in Summer Song, as quite often we get a quad. Like 2024 we got Gurdy and 2021 we got Enchantling. But where we are predicting these monstrous instruments explained by the wiki, the analyst and quantization report section of the Doma website lists 8 reports. The 8th one, which is also the only accessible one, has the number 321322 in the URL. Erma Gurdy's instrument is the hurdy-gurdy, and the hurdy-gurdy's hornbostel sax number is 321.322-72, which falls under 321322. This could mean that the 7 other reports correlate to the sounds of the 7 upcoming Paranormals. It is worth mentioning that the 8th report's title has the number 321332 instead of 321322, which may be a typo. I am not the man to ask the hornbostel sax numbers. I still don't know what this means after writing this video. We are pushing for 500 members in the Discord. Once we hit that goal, I'm doing a 720 diamond giveaway. It's a huge way to celebrate our 50-day upload challenge too. So join in with the link in the description, like and subscribe with notifications so you don't miss the winner announcement. Okay, back to the prediction. Monster 1. Predicted release January 28th, 2026. The Doma instrument, report 7, URL 5311. The prediction based on report 5311, we are looking at an electronic vacuum tube instrument, likely a theremin. Another reason why it may be a theremin and it would release on this date is that in the Jumpstart January video, they listed 4 instruments and said only 1 would be used in the monster that released on the 28th of January. To put the final nail in the coffin, it also fits the Paranormal vibe perfectly and will add that eerie sliding pitch to the midsection of the song, where we think a new verse might go. For this monster, I'm going with this design by Spookbox. Shows pretty much what I envision. The Nuclear Paranormal, Nucleast, what a name I just made up, would move the ball it's holding in its hand to produce the sound of a theremin. In the minor form of Nucleast, its dilapidated limbs would move the ball around and create the theremin sound from the ball that it is now fused with. Monster 2, Double Element. Predicted release, February 25th, 2026. Doma instrument, Report 6 URL 4222XX. Prediction: this report points to single reed pipes. Think bass clarinet. It's going to be deep, woody, and probably a bit honky to match the carnival aesthetic. Based on the 6th report's URL 422X, the hornbostel sax number from 422.2 are reed pipes with single reeds, which includes the clarinet, the bagpipes, the octavin, the saxophone, the sneng, the tarragotto, and the zumara. I think it is a bass flute, since it was also said in the Jumpstart January video, and maybe all the ones they listed are all paranormal sounds. For this monster, I'm going with the design by Raphael, although in their prediction, this monster, Parasnite, doesn't play the bass flute. It looks like it could play the bass flute though through the opening on its head. Monster 3, Triple Element. Predicted release, March 25th, 2026. Doma Instrument, Report 5 URL 432232. The prediction: even with the Doma typo, we're likely looking at valved horns. I'm predicting a tuba or a heavy baritone horn to give the song some much needed low end brass. Even though there was a typo, the closest hornbostel sax number is 423232. Instruments classified under this are valved horns, which include the cornet, the horn, the mellophone, the tenor horn, the Wagner tube, and the baritone horn. For this monster's design, I am not very good with matching sounds and music, but this design by Stellar MSM and the sound it makes is so awesome. I would like to see a sound like this on this island. Although I could imagine a monster similar in this design playing with valved horns. Stellar MSM made a very good song with a full new verse at the start and middle and new tracks for monsters to coincide. It's playing right now and they are really talented. Please do me a favour and check them out. Monster 4, The Double Element. Predicted release, April 29th, 2026. Doma Instrument, Report 3 URL 111-242. The prediction: bells, specifically a bell tree. This will probably play during the more chaotic parts of the song, like the beginning verse, to add that high-pitched twinkle effect. Being our penultimate double, I don't expect anything crazy. The other possible instruments it could be under hornbostel sax number 111242 are the cowbell and the carillon. For this monster's design, since it would coincide with Echoes of Eco, I feel like Rolling by Raphael design matches. It makes a sound similar to the Vein 2, which delves deeper into the Echoes of Eco correlation. Monster 5, our final triple. Predicted release, May 27th, 2026. Doma Instrument, Report 2, URL 111232. The prediction: sets of percussion tubes. I'm thinking tubular bells, chimes. It's going to sound monumental and a bit frightening, perfectly suiting the ruining death's elements and being a nice send-off to the paranormal triples. The hornbostel sax number allows it to be a not so wide range of instruments, with them being percussion tubes, so the Gheegur and tubular bells. For this monster's design, I don't have a drawing, but I think it would be cool if it was based off the Paranormal Carnival critter. This little guy, he kind of reminds me of Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey 2. Monster 6, our final double. Predicted release, June 24th, 2026. Doma Instrument, Report 4 non-standard URL. The prediction: since this doesn't have a hornbostel sax number, it's almost certainly a bodily percussionist. I'm predicting it uses its own body, maybe snapping its jaw or using those retracting arms to create a clacking sound, sort of like Clacula or Incizor. I do not have a design idea for this, so I would love to hear your design ideas in the comments, and hey, I might even feature them in a future video with credit, of course. Monster 7, the Quad Element. Predicted release, July 29th, 2026 as the summer song finale. Doma Instrument, Report 1 non-standard URL. The prediction, the big final. Following the tradition of quads like Gurdy and Enchantlin arriving in summer song, this is going to be a detrimental part to the song. It's going to be a vocalist, it's going to have a massive range with the mana form likely providing a deeper distorted vocal layer that completely changes the song's energy. For this monster's design, Goose Belly Fool MSM's design for the Death Sex Ruin double goes way better as a quad in my opinion, as the design is grand and luxurious, and the sound it produces is awesome too and matches our vocal feeling. Don't forget, as soon as these drops, I'm your perfect provider for epic discovery videos showing off these new monsters. So stay subscribed with notifications for these monster showcases and even predictions and theories for everything under the sun. The 50-day challenge is going good, so I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.